Hi, I'm Mrs. Duffy, and today I'd like to talk about learning sight words. Now, a sight word is a word that you don't want to decode, you don't want to sound it out, you just want to see it and read it. And it really shouldn't take longer than 3 seconds to pull it out of your brain and say the word. So these are some of the strategies that I use with children who need to learn some words. So say I'm going to teach the word of, I'm going to put it with 3 words that the child already knows. And that's because I want this to be the only new piece of information. So he already knows to, he, and a. And when I do this, I'm going to say, let's spell the word. So we say O-F of, O-F of. And then let's trace the word. And we're going to take our finger and press down O-F of, making sure that I'm modeling the correct formation of the letter. O-F of. We're repeating it as we trace it. And then I'm going to use it in a sentence. I'm going to say, I'd like a piece of cake. And the student might repeat what I say if they're not familiar with this little procedure, or if they're getting comfortable with it, they're going to say, I'd like a piece of candy, or I'd like a piece of pizza. So after they know that it will be used in a phrase or a sentence, I'm going to tuck that right into the second position, and I'm going to rifle through the cards with them, seeing if they can do it quickly. He of to a. And then I make a big deal out of shuffling. They think I'm tricking them like a magician. And then I'm going to tuck that word right in the second position again, and then go through it again. He of to a. If they don't know it, I treat it just as if they've never seen it before. That word is of, O-F, of. So I'm going to do this a couple of times, and then I'm going to switch out the words for other words that they already know. Maybe I would use a family name or mom because that's highly recognizable to kids, or the word you, something that they already know. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to put the words in order so that of is in the second position, mom, of, you, Jack. And then I'm going to do it over and over and over again. Something I'm not going to do is put a word that they want to learn that's visually similar. This word for, is too visually similar for of at this point, and this information will be fragile in their brain, so I don't want to confuse them. So I'm going to save any word that looks visually similar to the word that I'm learning, and I'm going to say that for another time. So we spell it, we trace it, we use it in a sentence, we can use family members' names that they already know, and I like the 1-to-4 ratio. So 1 word they don't know and 3 words they do know, and you can have a whole stack of cards that way. If they're still struggling after a couple days with the word of, I'm going to write a little phrase on the card, a piece of cake, and I'm going to let them read that and put that on their word ring. This is a word ring. It's really, I think they call it a binder clip, and you push and pull, and you can pop a little hole, and then they can collect all of these words. They would take all of them and keep a collection of words, and then they can just flip them. They like to collect thick stacks of words. They are very proud of themselves. Once they know the word of, I'm going to lay out maybe other cards that they need to learn, and then just because I want to create a power for them, I'm going to have them pick the next word that they want to learn. It doesn't matter to me which word they learn, and it really promotes a sense of empowerment for the child, and they're more apt to be internally motivated when they have a choice. So I always let the kid choose the next word. Of course, and I've already chosen these words. I want them to learn all of them, but the order, which one in the week that they learn doesn't matter to me. So I talked about that binder clip. You can get these at any kind of office supply store. You can get these index cards, and what I do is I just cut them in half, and then I get 2 because I'm frugal. This is a fun little tool. That's the paper punch, and they can learn how to use that, and it's a good organizational skill for them. Notice that the handwriting is all neat and legible. I don't usually let the kids write the words on the cards themselves. I do that for them. because I want it to be very neat. I also don't let them doodle on the cards. The only thing that would be written on the card would be the little phrase, if they need it. Sometimes I mark the card and put a little like star up there when it's on the flip ring if there's like one day they didn't know that word and I think that we need to pay some special attention to it. So that's basically how I teach sight words to little kids. They go as fast as they can caper, and when they get very good at it, I'll let them, we're going to learn 2 words. So I'll give them 2 words, and they really like that because they know that they're growing in their word knowledge. All right. That is today's lesson on how to learn a sight word.